What's up, friends? Welcome back to KimmyDTV, a place where nurses and aspiring nurses come to achieve academic, career, and life success. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to handle multiple nursing subjects at one time, okay? So for those of you guys who may not know me, hey, my name is Kim. Please consider liking the video. If you like these kind of videos from me, subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you never miss the video, and comment down below, tell me something that you've learned or enjoyed from this video. Okay, so my name is Kimmy and I was an LPN for about 7-8 years, and I recently became an RN in November of 2020, which was the month that I graduated, and I went to an accelerated LPN to RN program, and by the grace of God, I graduated as a valedictorian. But I had to take multiple subjects at one time, and it was an accelerated program, so it was a lot of work, okay? So I really wish I would have had this video when I first started my program. To prove it to you guys, I have a video which I'm gonna link down below or up in the comments in this video, or I'm gonna link it down in the description box, of when I was really frustrated. I actually recorded the whole thing. It has my hands like this, when I was like just basically really lost with what I should start, what I should do, because, you know, I had so many subjects to cover. When I decided to go back to school and get my RN, I only had one college credit, which was sociology, because the college that I went to previously was a performing arts school, and you can't take dance into nursing school. So that is why I decided to bunch all of the classes all in one, okay? But let's get started with the tips. I know you're frustrated, but these tips will help you. You can start these tips even before you start nursing school. This will help you. For my people who like to take their prereqs and nursing school subjects at the same time. Okay, all right, so my first tip, and this is before you watch any YouTube video on here that teaches you how to pass nursing school, is to reach out to alumni. I have said this time and time and again. Reach out to alumni that is willing to help you at least. Talk to people who have already went to your school, because quiet as it's kept, doesn't matter if you watch my YouTube video or the next person, you can still find something that will help you, but every single nursing school is unique on its own, okay? So if you can find someone who has went to your school before and they can give you pointers, that is chef's kiss. Well, if you tell me, well, Kimmy, I don't know anyone who has went to my school before, that is fine, that is okay. You go on Facebook and search your school's name and the alumni, message people on Facebook, message as many people you want, say, hey, I'm new to this college, I'm really looking for people to help me, to guide me like in the right direction, okay? And this should be, they should have graduated within maybe 3 to 5 years, something like that, but not more than that, because then the professors may change or stuff like that. All right, another resource you can use is allnurses.com. I have spoken about this forum. The reason why I like this forum is, you know, not everyone is willing to put their image and likeness on the internet for everyone to see, you know, and people are likely to be more honest with you when they're on a forum where they don't have to use their real name, they don't have to use their real picture, no video. It's just a forum where you could make up your own username and say it. And trust me, I have used this before every course I was about to take. When I was in nursing school, I typed in the name of the school that I went to on all nurses, and I searched quarter 1, quarter 2, or med surg, and guys, like, people spilled the beans, okay? There were students who went on there and said, don't take this professor, take that professor, this professor is more lenient, this professor is less lenient, this professor is crazy, this professor is good, and they really give you the ins and outs, okay? Because I'm not gonna lie, and this is not to scare you, your professors really do matter, okay? Your professors really do matter. They have your fate in your hands. Like, if I'm able to, after God of course, if I'm able to sit here with an RN license, all my professors had to pass me in order for me to move on, okay? So in quarter one, my med surg professor had to pass me, my English professor had to pass me, my psych, OB, peds, all of my professors had to pass me. It's all those little things that make up my ability to get my ATI number, my ATT number, sit down for NCLEX, and be eligible to get my license as an RN. But my professors had to put that stamp of approval. So your professors do matter. You just want to make sure that you are with a professor who has your success in mind, okay? You want to make sure that you have a professor that has your success in mind, who is about helping students pass, okay? If you can help it, if you are allowed to choose your professor, make sure you choose wisely. That's the whole point of reaching out to the alumni to find out, okay, you're gonna take this teacher, don't take that teacher. That's the whole point. When you find out which professor you want to take for each subject, make sure that once they open up that portal, like for me, for my school, I don't really agree with it, but that's whatever. For my school, we had to open up this portal, and sometimes it would crash because a whole bunch of students would go out one time because they knew, like, hey, you better choose the good professors before the good professors get taken, and they would automatically enroll, okay? So make sure your clicker is by the machine. Like I remember I would be at work and I would like quickly go in the bathroom and quickly sign up for my classes as soon as the time. If they said Tuesday at 9 a.m. the portal's open, sign up, I will make sure Tuesday at 9 a.m. my hand is right there and I'm signing up for my classes, okay? Because people will find out who's the good professors, who's not the good professors. So make sure you are in the know too, okay? Another tip I may give you is, even before you even start nursing school, is to save money so you don't have to work while you're in nursing school, or you don't have to work as much, all right? So if you guys didn't already see my video on the COVID vaccination nurse, if you didn't, I'll leave it down in the description box below so you can check it out. But this would be a perfect time to work as a COVID vaccination travel nurse, whatever, if they still have it. The time I'm making this video is August of 2021, so I'm not sure if they still have it, but this would be the perfect time to take that job so you can rack up as much money as you can. Or travel nursing. I've made videos on my channel about travel nursing. You could check them out. Travel nursing as an LPN, travel nursing as a RN. This will be the perfect time to take up a travel nursing gig, you know, rent a room or go to French Finders, make your living expenses as little as possible, and work, okay? You guys have to work for it, and save all that money so that when you're in nursing school, you won't have to worry about it. And I recently had an interview with CJ Kyles. Check out his channel, and he talked about how he, you know, applied for certain grants and he got them. So I think he's gonna graduate with little or if not no debt, and that's amazing, because I graduated with student loan debt and from RN school, which is annoying that I have to pay off. But if you can get off with not having to pay, that's amazing. But even though I did take out some student loans, I did still have to pay some kind of money out of pocket, okay guys? So that was stressful. I remember coming home from school, because I lived in New York at the time, had to come from the bus to the train, at the door, in front of the door, quickly change into my nursing uniform and quickly take my books and go to my night shift job, because you know, night shift is a good shift to work at if you want to study while you're working, because it's like downtime and the patients are sleeping. I had to quickly do that, and it was very, very stressful. You know, it was just so stressful, like having to worry about, okay, I gotta pay this tuition every month, this tuition every month. It was really, really, really stressful, guys. So yeah, there was a lot of sacrifice that had to go on. So I'm gonna give you the real, guys. If you don't have to work, don't work. I know a lot of people say that, but if you don't have to work, really don't work, because it's a very stressful thing, nursing school, and you want to make sure that you have the highest GPA you could possibly can, not just get by. Because if you in the future decide, hey, I want to go to CRNA school, or hey, I want to go to NP school, or hey, I want to do this, I want to do that, sometimes they have certain GPA requirements. Even to this day, I'm an RN, I apply for jobs on Indeed. Some of the Indeed jobs have GPA requirements. So not saying that if you pass with a low GPA, you're still an RN, it doesn't matter. You can still have a successful career. But you know, if you are watching this video before you even step foot of nursing school, like, why not try to be, you know, your best? Okay, not the best, but your best. Like, why not try to be, like, why not try to do it your all? That's how I, you know, approach life and life in general. Like, if I have something in front of me, like, let me at least try to give it my best. If it doesn't come out the way I want, okay, it's fine, but you never know where you need that GPA, so make sure you do that, okay? Another thing is try to get your major sciences at least out of the way. So when I decided to make the change and go back to nursing school, I quickly moved from Texas to New York, and I took like 5-week classes at a community college. I went to City Tech in Brooklyn, and I took AMP 1 in one section for 5 weeks. Then the next 5 weeks I took AMP 2, and then I was eligible for my nursing school to take micro, and this is all before the nursing school already started. So, and then I took micro. So I had no summer, and it was really hard. And if you guys want to know how I passed these subjects, I will definitely leave these videos down in the description box, where I went into detail how I passed AMP 1, AMP 2, and micro with AAA. I know it's so corny, but yeah, so I will leave these videos down below, but I took them all in one bunch. So if there's a way that you can do that, because the sciences are a lot of memorization and it's a lot of work, and you really want to have a good grasp of what AMP is, because if you really know your AMP, guys, your med-surg classes will be so much easier. I think that, you know, part of the reason why a lot of students struggle with med-surg is just a lack of knowledge of AMP. Maybe they didn't understand it that well, or maybe it's been a long time. That's why a lot of nursing schools require that you at least took AMP within the last 5 years. But really pay attention to your AMP. And if you take it like single like that, it gives you a lot of time to know the subject, know the content, and immerse yourself, okay? I mean, if you take AMP with your nursing classes, okay, so be it. There have been people in my school who took it and they passed. It's still passable. I mean, you can still do it, but I'm just saying, if you can help it, at least get your major sciences out the way, okay? Okay, but let's say you didn't get it out the way, all right? Let's just make that a hypothetical thing, okay? Another tip I would like to give when you are taking multiple subjects is to make friends, okay? Make friends in your nursing school, okay? I didn't have a lot of friends, but I made friends / acquaintances. They don't have to be your best friend. And create a WhatsApp group, okay? That's one of the things I took initiative and did. When I found out, like, we had a clinical group, I would say, hey guys, and I wouldn't know them, but if you're a shy person, put in your head, I need a pass because I'm forking out money to be here in this school, so I gotta pass, so I gotta get over that. I say, hey guys, you know, and some people are gonna be, you know, some people are gonna be receptive to you and some people will not, and that's fine, but at least you try. Hey guys, let's create a WhatsApp group so we can help each other. That helped. Sometimes we create a WhatsApp group where we have it, and I still, like, sometimes I check on my previous colleagues today. I say, hey, what's up? How are you guys doing? Are you guys here? Are you still there post graduation? But create a WhatsApp group, create a group text, because I'm gonna tell you, like, you don't know how many times my friends have saved my butt, okay? When there was a test, like, oh, don't forget that test is tomorrow, or don't forget that test is Wednesday. I'm like, oh shoot, okay, especially in the beginning when I had so much anxiety. Like, I called up my nursing colleagues and I was like crying and I couldn't sleep. But guys, I was a mess, especially this first quarter. I was a complete mess. I had extreme anxiety. I couldn't even sleep at night. But my colleagues were there to help me, and sometimes they can say, hey, don't forget to study this and that, you know. But make sure you don't force anything. Make sure it's colleagues that really genuinely want to help you, and then you help them in return. Don't just take from the WhatsApp group or group chat and then you don't give anything. That's not nice, and people realize that and they're not going to help you. So if somebody helps you, make sure you find a way to help them in return. That's a law of reciprocity, and I would follow that if I were you, okay? Or people are not going to help you anymore. When it comes to your teachers, okay, so this is no offense to my English teachers, my growth and development teachers. Well, actually growth development is really important. But my psychology teachers, because like I said, I finished all my major sciences plus sociology. I only had English 1, English 2, growth and development, and psychology to do. Make sure you choose professors that are not going to make it so hard on you. So what I mean by that is that I'm not an English major. It's not the time for me to spend so much time reading a lengthy story or a lengthy piece of literary work. I want a professor that is able to, you know, give me exactly what I need to pass and exactly what is required by state, but it's not so hard, you know. You guys know what I mean. Like, there's some professors that really go hard. They're like, okay, I want a 12-page thesis and I want you to read this 500-page story, and it's like, what? So yes, I still had to do work when I did take my English 1, English 2, and my growth and development, my psychology. But what I'm saying is that it wasn't, they knew I was in nursing school. That's what I'm saying. They knew that I was in nursing school, and their work was decent. It was okay, you still gotta do some work because you still gotta get these English credits, these psych credits, because this is college, but I know you're in nursing school. You know what I mean? So it's not like killing you with work. It's like, okay, I understand that you're in a nursing college and you guys take a nursing classes. Here is what you need to pass. You know, here's what you need to do to pass, and nothing else. That's it. There's not no extra this and extra that. So I say this to say this. I say this to tell you, like, I don't know how your professor is gonna be like. That's what I'm saying. Go to ratemyprofessor.com, ask alumni, go to all nurses, and find out the professors for your soft sciences, okay? For your soft sciences, your easy classes, okay? Well, you know, I was already good at English, so if you're already good at a subject, that helps. But if you're not, you know, you could always reach out and ask for help as need be, okay? So, but make sure you look at those professors. I'm telling you guys. Another tip I want to give you is try to take all your classes in one day. And what I mean by that is that, okay, so I bunched all my classes together. Like, I knew I had med surg on Mondays and Wednesdays, for example. So on Mondays, I'll make sure, even though my med surg class is from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., I would pick up the 6 p.m. English class, even though I really didn't want to be there that late because my school was all the way in Harlem and I had to travel all the way to Brooklyn. And that helps a lot, just to scrunch everything up, so you have extra days off to study, you have extra days off to you know, go to work, so that you're not so worried, okay? So make sure you try to take all your classes in one day, and please, 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 if you can help it, don't go to school and work on the same day. I did that. It was horrible. I was shaking. I think it was one of my vlogs too. Like, I was having my body was like was telling me, no, I don't want to do this, because I just came from a class. I think it was a psychology class. I had a nursing class, I had a psychology class, and then I had night shift. That was the wrong thing to do. So just try to take all your classes in one day so that you don't have to do that. So you don't have to go to work after, and know that that's not really a good idea to go to work and go to school on the same day. But if you have to, you have to. But try to take all your classes in one day so that you can get it over with, okay? Another tip I gave you is the subjects you have to memorize. Like, Okay, so if there's something that you have to memorize for any subject at all, whether it's anatomy, whether it's med-surg, whether it's English, whatever, make sure you are able to make flashcards, or if you can't make flashcards, you don't have time, look, rip it out. Well, don't rip it out of your textbook unless you bought it, but write out whatever notes you have, rip it out, fold it in four, and put it in your pocket. I can't tell you how many times we wasted in clinicals waiting to be checked in, waiting to this. That was before the pandemic happened, waiting to be checked in, waiting for this, waiting for that. And I just whipped out my book, or whipped out my 4-quad little notes and started studying. And people were like, I remember this one girl, like, she was kind of teasing me a little bit, like a friendly tease. She was like, oh, this is Miss Valedictorian here. She's like, oh, she's gonna be valedictorian because she's studying all the time. And look, God is good, right? So, people may make fun of you for studying, but I don't care. Like, yes, I will study. Like, sometimes I would be so tired, guys, because I lived in Brooklyn. I had to travel all the way to Manhattan, and I didn't drive in New York, and I would be so tired waking up so early to get to, clinicals by 7 a.m. or 6 a.m. or whatever time we had to be there. But I would my little notes or note card or whatever, and I would study, guys. And before you start nursing school, that's why I said save money. Be honest with yourself. Like, if you're taking a certain amount of classes, you have to make time for them. Sometimes, the professors say, oh, if you're taking this amount of class, you need X amount of time to study. Sometimes they do over exaggerate, but you do need time. So you have to be honest with yourself in the beginning, like do I have time? Like, you have to find some type of way to make some time. I have had colleagues who have kids, multiple kids, small kids, went to school, and they were successful. And it's a combination of all these tips I'm giving you here that help them be successful. But please, please, please try to make time, okay? Another thing I wanted to tell you is that and this may sound kind of harsh, but don't expect your professors to teach you. I had good professors, but what I'm saying is that my professors didn't really spoon feed me. Well, some of them, yes. So what I'm saying is that my professors didn't really spoon feed me. I had to really do the legwork and find out stuff on my own. I had professors that just gave me the syllabus and said, okay, read chapters 50 to 80. See you Tuesday for your exam. But is there a blueprint? No. Is there? Nope. Sarah, I want to hear it. So you do have that. You do have professors like that. So another tip I gave you guys is to start early, okay? So if you get the syllabus today is Friday, and your class is starting, your school starting 2 weeks from now, I don't care. You start reading those chapters. You start on the homeworks. You start early. I'm telling you guys, even if class hasn't started, if you got the syllabus early, you start right away, okay? I said start reading and immersing yourself in the content, okay? Because let me tell you something, guys. It may take you a time to learn how you learn how you read, especially if you haven't been to school in a while, because I haven't been to school in 7 years before I started my RN. It may take time for you to learn which sections of the book to read and which section of the book to omit, because you're not supposed to read the whole chapter. It may take you time to get it. So that's what I'm saying, start early. And that brings me to another point. Your first exam, especially if it's a nursing school exam, act like it's your make it or break it exam, because 9 times out of 10, that's the template, if you will, for how your other successive tests will look like, okay? Because every professor has their own style of asking questions. Every professor likes to do it their own way, okay? And sometimes, not to scare you, they could change it up, but 9 times out of 10, the first exam really shows you how they are likely to continue, okay? It's not gonna be the same exact copy, but it's likely to be the same thing. So make sure you give it your all on your first exam, okay? You do all the study you can. This is not the time to be like, oh, maybe in your prerequisites you could like, oh, let me just sit back, you know, it's the first exam, I got 6 more or 4 more. No. And you know, nursing school, you know, their GPA is high. I think my school, I had to have like a 76 or 77 just to pass. That's a passing grade. And it's hard to build your grade up from a low score. And it's easy to it's easy to drop your grade down from a high score. So, you know, make sure that you are doing the work, okay? So make sure that you are doing the work and you are giving your all in the first exam so that you can get that learning curve all the way, so you can say, oh, okay, maybe next time I should do this, maybe next time I should do that. Okay, I studied too much here, I studied too much there. Okay, that professor asked questions like this, so let me look at the boxes instead, let me look at the charts instead, or let me do these practice questions, let me do that practice questions, okay? So if you guys want more like another video on how to study, let me know and I will do a separate one on that, okay? So another tip I want to give you is have a planner. So I have my old planner here, and I feel like this is a perfect size planner because it's not obnoxiously big that it's just like in the way and it can't fit in your bag, and it's not so small that it's so minuscule and invaluable, and you're like, oh. Have a planner, use it, and try to look at it at least 3 times a day. What I did is that I had my monthly planner here, and I would write down like which month I had to buy my Metro card, which month I had to make my car payment, which month I had to work, you know, my working days, my test days that I needed. And you know, another one is do positive affirmations, like when you're writing down your grade. Like I literally wrote, for example, February 20th, February 18th, I said, get 100 on nursing 2-2 test, thank God, and I put a heart on it, okay? So I would do positive affirmations like this so that I don't just say, oh, test day, I said get 100. So I was like, oh, thank God for my 100. So like when you're making your monthly planner, make sure you talk it, like you make sure you write in like affirming yourself, okay? Pay tuition, pay credit card, you know, do whatever you gotta do, make that monthly. And then the daily, when you get to the daily portion of your monthly planner, you're gonna divide the chapters you're going to read, okay? So this is another tip that I'm gonna get into, is break up your chapters every day. So you're gonna have a lot of chapters to read, but you're not gonna read them all at once. So you have your planner, you have all your syllabus, everyone's giving you everything. Before you spaz out, say on Monday, I'm going to read chapters 1 to 5. Then on Tuesday, I'm going to read chapters 6 to 8. Then on Thursday, you know what I mean? And then additionally, on Monday, you're going to read chapters 5 to 8 in Med-Surg. But then you're going to start reading that literary work for English, you know? Like, do something like that. But be realistic. Like, don't say, oh, I'm going to read 50 pages, 200 pages for English and then 200 pages for Med-Surg the same day. Come on, like, no. Do a little small thing for English, like maybe read like 20 pages of your English story, a story that's actually like entertaining or something, okay? Like for example, on Thursday the 13th, I said, okay, do half of the questions on PrepU, and then do psych homework that will be posted Friday, do English discussion board, and try to start studying at 11, blah, blah, blah. I would just give myself little tidbits like that. Another tip I used to do is, if you guys watch my old videos, where my desk was, I would write little post-it notes of stuff I would like to memorize, like for example ABG values or lab values, and I would put them in on top of my desk area where I will always see them, I will always face them. That's another way to continue to memorize. So even though I have a lot going on, my brain is going to see it at some point, and even if I'm not reading it, my subconscious is picking it up. So that is how you do it, okay? Oh yeah, another tip is, one thing I did is, if you have a laptop, like open it and say, and let it say RN or LPN or whatever you're going for, so that you can attracted to you, okay? At least one day of reviewing everything for your nursing school exams especially, and give more time, love, and attention to your nursing school exams than your regular English psych exam. Like I said, I'm not saying don't study for them, but nursing school exams take way more, so give more TLC to them, okay? And last but not least, advice for juggling so many courses at once is to just encourage yourself with motivational songs, motivational quotes, and you will succeed, okay? So guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. You guys learned something new. I hope you guys walked away with something that you can implement into your study guide. I hope that you guys are not as frustrated as I was when I first started. I know how you feel. I wish I had a video like that, like this one that you guys are watching here, that I could have watched and be like, oh, okay, it's gonna be okay. Because really, it's gonna be okay. Like, don't feel so overwhelmed. Like, if other people are doing it, if people have done it before you, like, it's doable, okay? A lot of people will tell you, oh no, you can't take this at this time. And I'm not saying to rush anything, but if you were like me and you wanted to get it over with and you just wanted to finish nursing school quickly, I don't see anything wrong with it, okay? Like I said, I will always advise to do the major sciences first, or finish all your practices first, but I'm not gonna say do as I say and not as I do, because I know I did a lot at the time. But it's all about knowing how to plan and strategize your nursing school experience. If you're able to properly plan and strategize and be like, okay, I'm gonna do this and that this way, and you're able to like watch this video and implement these tips that I gave you, there's no way that you cannot be successful, okay guys? Like I just literally rushed everything, okay? And by the grace of God, I became valedictorian. That means you can do it. Anyone can do it. Don't listen to people who said you cannot do it. There are people who said, oh, if you work, you're gonna fail, this and that. No. If you need to cut back on work, there has been times where I did cut back on work, okay? There have been times when I did cut back on work. So that's all to say is make sure you plan out everything and you will pass and you will be very successful, okay guys? So I believe in you. I know you can do it. Think about all those nurses who have done it. Think about the amount of nurses that are in this nation. Like, come on guys, you can do it. I believe in you. Don't you dare give up on yourself. And I love you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Congratulations on passing nursing school. I'm putting it out there. Bye.